welcome to another episode of us reacting to things that we probably already seen but will lie to you about seeing. Alright, so today is Monday, November 9th. CrossFit Games 2020 has passed. The winners are out. Everybody knows who won. But we are going to recap and look at the events that we saw. Obviously starting with event 1, I believe that's 2007 Reloaded. And we're going to watch the whole thing, go over it, and just talk about our favorite parts. And maybe, Rachel, have you seen anything?
Not from 2007.
No, have you seen any of the events? Did you see all the events from 2020?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Events I've seen, recap time. Let's go. Explaining what the hell happened. We get it, and now we're here.
Schedule for day 1, and we're going to start.
The schedule's
with the
packed.
very first CrossFit Games
5 events is a lot of events.
I started at Trail Run.
You started at Trail Run, so you saw the... Alright. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We get to see 4 events.
It's quite a kick.
Yeah, but 5 events is so much for like a day. And what they get, 3 hours probably tops. Less, I guess, obviously less.
For the first day of the CrossFit Games.
It's like, what do you do in between? Just like sit in an ice bath?
Yeah.
Just become one with the iceberg. Picture yourself as Titanic, or I guess not. Picture yourself as the iceberg.
And then 5 rounds of 10 bar muscle ups and 7 shoulder to overhead. 145 for the women, 235 pounds for the men. And for more,
these guys are
on event 1,
so huge.
Yeah, they are.
That's where Nikki Brazier standing by.
Good morning, guys. The athletes behind me, the guys have just taken to the competition floor just
what do you
a couple
call
minutes
it?
ago.
She's like a fake Nikki Glazer.
Glacier.
Glacier. Glacier. Isn't that
Glacier. Glazer. No.
It can't be Glacier.
What is her name?
It's Glazer, right?
No, that doesn't sound right.
Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Let us know, because obviously we don't know. But she's like fit Nikki Glazer. I'm gonna keep saying Glazer.
Maybe I'm wrong. Glazer.
It's not Glasser.
It just doesn't sound right at this moment.
Nikki Glazer.
Matt Fraser and Noah Olson, both.
These guys are warming up.
There will only be 1 heat. Just 5 men.
1 heat.
Matt Fraser
5
comes
people.
in.
I do wish it was like 10 people, like out of like the whole format.
You think 5 is too little?
I think 5 is too little. And I also think that's why like Matt Fraser ends up being so dominant again, because it's like there's none of those in betweens. It's none of those like 100%. There was been people in between each of these competitors.
Yeah.
If there was 5 more people.
Yeah.
So much hype around him and excitement.
I get that they qualify for the CrossFit Games and they are the fittest 5, but there's so many variables when it comes to a competition.
He has been untouchable.
Like if one little thing changed throughout any of the events, anybody else could replace them. So I really do feel like 10 was probably a good amount of athletes to see. This is awesome though. It's super intimate. I need to figure out how to become a judge. I just want to be like, Leo, look at these people going so dumb.
Such a change from like the earlier years.
Yeah.
Everything was just so messy.
It was like chaotic, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Which is
those
also
events.
why I feel like 5 people is enough.
And when I'm looking at this event, when I say perfect your pace and unbroken our bus, these distances, these rep schemes, and these weights all dictate a certain pace. You can't pace too slow. You lose too much time with a field stacked with 5. If you go too fast, you could blow up. When you get off the row and you move to the last part of this, it's really, you got to go unbroken. You know Matt's looking to go unbroken. You know, a lot of these guys have the potential to. So, again, with only 5, there is no room for error. You got to protect that pace on the row and then make sure you stay unbroken and efficient on the
They're going, well, Matt Fraser's going really slow.
I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't have kept it that reserved on the rower, but I'm not
They're
a
all
professional
going
athlete.
pretty slow.
I don't know. I feel like 1,500 meters.
It's not. He's a
It's not
fantastic
that
athlete.
much.
got
He's
the
almost
size,
done.
he has the athleticism,
But you're
he
right, we're
has
not
the talent.
professional
This is one of
athletes,
those
and they
Even though
probably
that's
have.
like my going hard pace, 144, and this dude is having a jolly old time. But he weighs like, I think like 2-something pounds. That's like,
He knows where he is
how many pounds
relative to
over?
the
That's
field,
like
but he
60
has a
pounds over me.
huge chip on his shoulder. And with the way the programming is stacking up so far that we've seen, the thing I like most about these events, that if you really want to attack and bring it to mat, these set up nicely for the athletes like Samuel
It's
Kwan.
funny how the commentary is like super biased. Like every time I watch any of this CrossFit shit, like it's always like the commentators are super biased. Like it's always talking about Matt Fraser and always talking about Tia Claire Toomey. And before that, it was always talking about Rich Froning or probably Samantha Briggs.
When you see them make the
They're
CrossFit
just like,
Games,
yo,
most
they're
of the
winning,
time
right?
they're surprised or they're just happy to be there. For Adler is that he has a very well-rounded skill set. You see that in qualifiers all the time. What he has not shown is having that on-site, in-person competitive drive and fire.
They just be flicking. They just be doing things. I want to know what that's doing. Is it letting like somebody on the side know?
Get to the lifting.
Oh, you're like, I'm done with this rowing.
I'm done with the rowing. I hate rowing. No, you know what? I used to love rowing because it just felt like I was doing everything at once and then I would get it over with. But now I really hate rowing.
You're not a
I don't
fan
know
of
why.
Rowing's fun. It's hard. It is definitely super hard.
I'm very curious to see how he handles this new format without all those pieces pushing him to be the best he can.
Matt Fraser on the right, Noah Olson on the left, and the two of them looking to wrap up their 1,500-meter rows here. The first part of the opening event.
How long is this row?
Racing and timing on a row.
Oh,
It's 1,500 meters, and they're taking a reverie.
The very first CrossFit event ever programmed.
Oh, what's happening?
And it
I'm
came out of a
confused.
hopper.
Oh yeah, the
And
numbers are
usually
going
when you have 1,000,
down.
It's a nice steady pace. You're sitting at
I
about
thought they were going
140 to
up.
145.
You were like, we've been sitting here for a while watching this. Why is that
It's
146?
one of those weird
Yeah, I was
distances
confused. I was like, what's
you
happening?
still need to, again, perfect your pace because
I guess
if
I
you
like
come
that
out
more.
a little too hot, we're talking
But
it's
about
counting
a
down.
5-second
Yeah, I don't know.
difference.
I don't know what I prefer, counting up or seeing it go down.
That 235 waiting for these guys is not the lightest weight in the world when you're talking about the total amount of volume when they get there. But something about 145 is good. But with above that, if you lose 15 to 20 seconds on a row, the way this is designed with only 10, I say only 10 bar muscle ups,
They have to do
these
bar
athletes, we
muscle
gotta make sure we
ups.
analyze
So it's the row to
with the
bar
quality
muscle
of
ups to
athletes that we
shoulder
have. Only
overhead.
10 bar muscle ups,
I'm going back and
only
forth
7
from those two
pushers.
movements.
As I said, it's like they can handle this unbroken. So if you're 15 seconds behind coming
He's
into
so
that, you're already
focused.
behind the 8 ball. So there's
Yeah,
a
he's
very
zoned
fine
in.
line you have to ride
Noah
for
Olson is
1,500
zoned
row
in.
in
He's
terms
just
of
like, yo,
pace.
Noah Olson
almost
is
there.
through 13 of the 15 reps of this
Look at
initial
Matt Fraser
1,500
peeping him.
row. The judge's hand will be raised when their respective athletes have 100 meters to go, and now Noah Olson is inside that 100-meter mark. Jeffrey Adler is there as well. The scoring hat at the top of your
Everybody's
screen.
there.
Oh, wow.
In the event,
Everybody's there at the same time. A nice, cool
And the
5
white box
minutes.
They
on the
all
first
kept
table
pretty
indicates
much
the
the
number of
same
repetitions
pace.
he has completed. 15 reps to start here on that 1,500-meter row. There are 101 total repetitions in this event, with the finish line counting as a single rep. So Noah Olson is done, and he will get to work on his first round of 10 bar muscle-ups. Matt Fraser
Only 10?
is also there as well, so Fraser keeping pace.
Only
Noah
10.
Olson here early on,
Well-
was the early leader, though.
Big thing I'm keeping my eye on is
I wonder how
the
many sets I have to
tempo
do.
between the movements.
I should have been paying attention.
Noah had a quick transition from rower to bar. Now what it's going to be from barbell or from pull-up bar to barbell. Because all
It's so
5 of
interesting
these
the different
athletes
techniques
have the
all the way
ability to go
around.
unbroken. We just said that. Now it's the
Like
things
even the way
between
that they
reps.
hold their body,
Getting
like
to your
at the
bar.
top.
How fast do you start? When Matt Fraser's already to his bar next to Noah Olson, and there's that little transition difference between Matt and Noah. He's already 2 maybe 3 reps in before Noah. He had his hand on the bar for about 10 seconds before he picked it up.
Fraser ripping through those 7 shoulder to overhead at 32. He'll be done with his first round.
It's like nothing to him. It's like nothing.
That's quite heavy.
Now what? Back to
the bar muscle.
Okay. Are they're finished with rowing, right?
Yeah, they're finished with
Okay.
rowing. It was just a little nuisance.
Yeah.
It was just like, why don't you do
A warm
whole
up.
bunch?
A little warm
yeah,
up.
it's a little warm up, right? Let's just do that.
One more look at the description here in 2007 Reloaded, presented by Ramwad. 1,500-meter row, that's done and dusted. We are in the second part of this, the 5 rounds of the 10.
I wonder how it was in 2007.
Overhead, 235 for the men, then 145 for the women. They're coming up next.
Fraser, the center part of your screen, looks so smooth and relaxed. You can actually
It definitely
hear
wasn't as
his
heavy.
breathing is nice and relaxed. He's almost trying to catch his breath on a bar muscle up. That sounds absurd to the casual CrossFitter, but that is something these athletes can do. And what I like to see there is Matt's already looking left to right. Here's the beauty about this event this year is that you are competing against the 5 people.
That must be annoying, right? To just be on like a grass patch. Like, what's that about?
It's almost as if they just have a clip of Matt Fraser doing this, and it's just over and over. Because he holds the same face. He doesn't stop and struggle. You know?
He just flows through.
Oh, look at them, they match.
Oh, he's having a hard time. Come on, Adler. Get in there.
Breaking, and I was thinking about this morning. You know, we're talking about last night. It's like, are these athletes going to go unbroken? I think so, but 235 is that 10-pound difference. Makes a big difference in the end. It's kind of like doing thrusters in the open when you have to do 100 pounds instead of 95. I don't know why 5 pounds feels like 50 when I get about 15 reps in, but it does make a difference if you're not used to that classic.
Look at that pop of the hip. It's all about the pop of the hip.
More than halfway done now with the scored reps through 55 of the 101 he needs to complete. Again,
so many
crossing
reps.
The finish line does count as a rep, and now Noah Olsen on the left side of your screen is trying to catch up with Justin Medeiros, who has moved himself into second place.
There we go, the rookie coming through.
Watch the tempo that Fraser has between the movements. Medeiros looks very good. It's catching nice and high. What's good there is that when you couple a bar muscle,
yeah, that saves your tricep a little bit.
As opposed to the pull-ups that we had in the previous version of this, is that press out at the top is taking away from the hardest part of the jerk, which is that receiving position. So if you catch high, you save yourself some energy. But if you have that full dip out of the bottom, that's going to mess over your overhead position.
Fraser
never struggles. Same face.
He got faster.
He has yet to break
He heard
any
me.
of these 7 reps to complete. And then he'll be on to
good.
How many
number
more
4. Fraser
rounds?
will
Like
advance
2
his barbell
probably.
and head back to the pull-up bar. And he is in
Oh,
the
it's
lead
5 rounds
all by
total.
himself right now. Noah Olsen and Justin Medeiros on either side of your screen. Olsen's on the left, Medeiros is on the right. They are fighting for second place in this event.
So the difference maker.
Matt Fraser's arms are really small. Like, not like small, but short.
Yeah, he has
They're really short.
arms.
Because it's going a lot more over their head than it was over Matt Fraser's head.
Which is it's like a good thing and a bad thing. It could be a strength and the weakness, because like his range is shorter, so technically he has to do less work.
Yeah.
But for some things, it's like longer. Like running, since his limbs are shorter, it takes him longer technically.
Yeah. Shorter stride.
Or like anything jumping, like when he has to do anything like to jump and like touch something, like he struggles with that because it's like he actually has to jump.
Yeah. No shade, because he'll still throw me to a different state if he picked me up.
So no shade.
Matt Fraser and Noah Olsen have 14 between the 2 of them. Fraser now through 76 of the 101 total repetitions, closing in on an event win here.
So that last set of jerks from Matt was definitely the hardest set. We're now 28 reps.
Yeah, hardest rep shift, dude. His fucking shoulders must feel like shit. His triceps.
At this weight.
4th round of 7 for Fraser.
There we go.
You get towards the end here with the bar muscle-ups taking away your overhead stability. You gotta put as much of your legs into this as possible. Yes, it's an overhead movement, but as you move from movement, say strict press to push press to push jerk, the legs and hips are the dominating driver for that particular movement. So you gotta make sure you're dialed in technique-wise, or else you're not gonna be able to get through these reps.
Unbroken for Matt Fraser again, and he'll make the trip back to the pull-up bar. 5th and final round of 10-bar muscle-ups. Justin Medeiros, top of your screen, just got back to the barbell for the 4th time. Sam Quan, Jeffrey Adler, and Noah Olson are now all battling for 3rd as Medeiros is starting to put some significant distance between himself and his fellow competitors.
There we go. My dude is zooming by.
Like the tempo that Medeiros is coming out with, being a rookie at the CrossFit Games and already trying to take it to the field, other than Matt Fraser.
My dude. He's taking it to the field. This is his first time at the CrossFit Games, and he's out here. Look at the buttery bros.
89 of the 101
Buttery media.
repetitions. He's got 4
Getting that
goes.
shot.
Close out this 5th and final set. Now
He's having a hard time.
He's 21.
20 or 21.
Looking to cut into Fraser's lead, but Fraser right back to work as well. He's not going to let the rookie get any closer.
I mean,
As I said before, is like
it's a lot
these
of work.
breaks are not breaks because they have to. It's because he chooses to. He doesn't need to go.
See,
and
they
rock
just
it.
ride
He
him.
set the pace
They
for the
ride
first 3
him.
rounds, and
But it's
was
true
able
though,
to
because
pace
like
for the
when you
last
have
2.
everybody on the field at the same time that you're competing against, you know exactly where you're at. Like especially if you're like part of the first heat, it's just like I'm establishing the times here, so I definitely don't know where anybody's at. And sometimes it could be up to like 4 heats. It's a lot of fucking people. Oh my dude, he's struggling.
Unbroken through all 4 sets. Trying to do it again here in round 5. Medeiros.
Oh, that looks so bad.
Right.
Wow. So he'll have to resituate his barbell, and now Medeiros is going to get to work, but Fraser has plenty of time.
Yeah, but that was a. Not that Matt's going to lose us at the end, but that was a failure rep. That wasn't a misstep rep. That was a complete muscle fatigue miss.
There you go.
Done, and Matt Fraser will win event 1 and start off with 100 points as he looks to
I think I did see this. I think we did go back and I saw this.
It is all good, but look at this dude dying. Straight death. That was a great performance.
And this is only the first one.
Yeah, they just had to do so many reps with their shoulders and their triceps. Sam Quan's a big boy. Oh, did Noah Olson blow himself up? Noah Olson went out way too hot.
Yeah.
And he was just, I'm dying now.
Yeah.
On the competition floor. Now Olson is way in the back, still on his bar muscle ups.
Come on, there we go. There's one.
Is on his final round of
Come
shoulder
on.
overhead. So
Oh, he doing really well.
once again, Noah Olson, and we've seen him do this in the
His
past.
shit is that Adler's really strong. That's not his issue. It's his gas tank. He does not have a gas tank at all. Well, not at all. Obviously, he has a gas tank, but not as good.
The rest of your event. If you pace that out too hard, you get I mean, it's day 1, event 1 of the CrossFit Games.
It's wild.
We didn't know if this was ever going to happen, and it's finally here. There's a lot of excitement around
RIP Noah Olson. Come on. Get to the
Yeah,
finish
he was
line.
doing really well.
Get
There you go.
through the finish line.
Too hard on that first round of
Walking mad slow.
Get through the finish line, Noah Olson.
With 7 shoulder to
What are you
overhead
doing?
remaining here, 235 pounds, then he's got to cross the finish line. There's an 18-minute time cap. So this is where the scoring rule comes into play. Olson right now has 15 points for finishing 5th, but if it's determined that he's not giving his full effort,
If
he
it's
could wind up
determined.
with 0.
And that is one of the
Come on.
Rules that HQ and the games have put out is
Come
that
on.
you can't just take your L and pack it in. You have to show that you
Come
are
on.
attempting to fight and finish each and every event. Now, Noah Olson is clearly not short of effort at this moment, so he's not having to worry about a 0.
Definitely not
But
sure
at the same
of
time,
effort.
it's like those add up. So, and it's hard. And the thing here for Noah is like, look, you're gonna get last no matter
Imagine
what.
getting
Make
0
sure you
points.
don't do something
Like, that's so subjective, where they're just like, you're not working hard enough, so instead of giving you 15, we're going to give you 0.
Matt Fraser just has his elbows inside the cooler. I remember this one. I did see this.
Yeah, he just did mash it with
Yeah.
those elbows. I'm touching my elbows right now. I'm like, oh, I should put my elbows in ice.
I never thought to put my elbows in ice.
I mean, it's a joint, right?
Yeah.
That's where you need them.
And again, no rides that surge, and he rides that wave of competition a lot like Sarah Silverstein does sometimes.
How many more? How many more?
3 more. He said 3 more.
Matt Fraser, meanwhile, is icing his forearms.
Well, just forearms.
Yeah, definitely his elbows.
Yeah.
I mean, forearms can get it too.
3 to go for
Yeah, he immediately just started icing his shit. He was like, yo, this day is all about recovery. I'm not about to waste a second.
It was like Tia Toomey after the run.
Yeah,
the
that she
trail
just
run.
walked right
She
off.
was like, and just walked to the ice bath. Wanted nothing to do with anybody. Come on, come on. That elbow.
His right elbow looks a little shaky, right?
Competitors cheering him on here. So Olsen starts off with a 5th place in event number 1. That'll be 15 points.
Matt Fraser's like this.
It's like I have my body. It's so hard to keep this up.
75.
First event done. 13 minutes, 7 seconds. I need to figure out how to do a bar muscle up so I can try this shit.
Time of 13:07.2.
I mean, Matt looked good, but it didn't look perfect. And that's the big thing. But look at that. Matt Fraser, 13:07.
Dude, why would it look perfect? He has to do so much work.
For an event like this, that is huge.
Oh my god.
We didn't mention him too much.
Oh, let's go and skip over to the ladies. I wish you guys can see what's happening to the screen right now because it doesn't even make sense.
Press escape.
The current champion, 3-time champion. Let's not jump the gun.
Damn, see? Bias. Been saying the whole time. Bias. They already crowned her the 4th. She is the 4th.
And this is the
But
first
they didn't
event.
know. But they didn't know.
Yeah.
We know.
They just know.
Yo, shouts out Haley Adams, 19 years old. What were you doing at 19?
Yeah.
I was getting fucked up. I was not. I was not on her level.
Event 1 for the women is underway. And
R.I.P.
we're talking about Haley Adams there.
They're not going as slow as the guys were going. Oh, maybe Brooke Wells is.
Where she really thrives.
Brooke Wells.
Oh, so is Tia.
And that Catherine was just trying to be out.
Yeah, she was.
It feel like it did take them a long time to get to 1500. I feel like it took them the amount of time that I expect myself to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ooh, I forgot about Carrie Pierce.
Carrie Pierce
Carrie
got
Pierce?
them thighs
Yeah,
and
she
them
really
abs,
does.
yeah. Her ab like fitness plan has like shot up since Corona. She was talking about it before they launched like an interview with her. That her ab company has really like shot up.
Like, this pandemic has either helped people a lot or really sent people into a downward spiral.
She's killing it. But the thing is, like, the ladies are so are such like they're shorter athletes than the men, so this definitely takes a lot longer. But let's see.
She wants the smile. I don't know. I can see it in her face.
The camera's on her.
Yeah,
she's like,
maybe it's the camera.
Yeah, I thought she's trained. She is trained professional.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be. She just has to make sure she's close. What's gonna be good.
And you also don't want to be like struggling in front of the camera. You're like,
Struggle, but look at them thighs though.
yeah.
When she flexed at the end, look at them, bang, bang. That's impressive.
Her shoulders are crazy.
Yeah, she has like broad shoulders, but her waist is pretty tiny, like in comparison.
But can she handle this new atmosphere? No fans, no music at the ranch. It's dead silent. It's just you and the rower and your competitors. But I'm excited.
She's deciding to use her legs a lot more than her arms. I wonder if they're all deciding to do that. And you could tell just from like the lack of bend. Like she doesn't. Like, you see how her arm is bent throughout the motion. She's using a lot of, not a lot, but she's using more upper body than Brooke Wells that had her shit locked out. She was just driving with the legs and then finishing off with the arms.
I feel like I do both.
You probably switch from going back and forth, back and forth. I mean, sometimes the legs don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
thrown against the wall.
But that's why the row machine is easy, because like if you get into a certain pace, they'll just do it for you.
We
Yeah.
wanted to see it. Can she set herself in
Yeah,
that
keep that
mindset
pace up.
now before the competition starts? And
That's
what
the
I
hard
see so
part.
far,
Yeah.
that's a good pace. That 2-minute pace on the row.
So they're going, what, 15 seconds slower pace than the men. And that's probably just the length and the mass.
Finally, the youngest competitor in the field.
In the
Haley
field.
Adams, but this is her second
She got them
CrossFit
ankles
Games
taped
appearance
up.
already.
It looks like she went to prison. She got a tracker on her shit. CrossFit Games is tracking her.
And then she made it her first year in. So Haley Adams, I think, is an overlooked, seasoned competitor with the women's field that she's competing against. And Rich said it herself, is she has yet to even be able to showcase the things that she is.
Yeah, she's not even in her prime. She's just
Yeah.
youthful.
Very excited to see how she
She's gonna be a dangerous force.
Yeah.
in this smaller field.
Of course, everybody's trying to track
I'm
down
telling you, once she gets her strength up, it's a wrap.
who is looking to keep her championship streak alive. Already won 3 straight CrossFit Games championships. No other woman has ever done that.
Look at those shoes. Those blue shoes are fire.
There's a big difference in training to try to make the CrossFit Games. There's a big
Look at them
difference
abs.
between training and trying to be good at the CrossFit Games. There's a major difference in
It's
training
just
to win the
ridiculous.
CrossFit Games. She said that
Ridiculous.
herself. But once you've done it one time, you
Ridiculous.
know what you're doing is working.
Ridiculous.
When you do it 3 times,
You gotta face
know you figured
focus.
it out.
Yeah. She don't give a fuck that the cameras are on her.
She's looking at that pace in that time.
She's
like, I need to keep this pace.
That she is the fittest woman on earth, and that is what she's also competing with against these other 4 women.
Haley Adams right now is
We're hitting the 5-minute mark.
1200 of the
Are they almost done with the row?
initial row, but you talk about Tia Toomey, and we mentioned this a little bit coming into this event, but she gets better every year, and the gap is not narrowing. We've seen that in the past with when Annie
Oh,
Murray was
Haley's
on
going
Yeah.
faster. She's like, yo, let me
She's
pick up
almost
the
done.
speed.
Catherine Davis on her 1-2 in a row. The gap was narrowing.
I like the
between
idea
her
of counting
competition.
down.
Not the case here.
You like it better?
I like that idea.
If I could infuse some
You're like,
forced
alright, I know I'm
trauma
gonna end.
into
It's
Yeah.
getting better.
We saw the same thing from Matt
You
Fraser
see that
3
shit
years
coming.
in a row. But in his 4th year is when he finally got pushed to the CrossFit Games. Now, may or may not because a sandbag fell out of his backpack.
It was 100% a technicality with the commentator saying. And last year, maybe 2018, when the bag fell out of his, when the weight fell out of his rook bag without him knowing, he got points taken away from it.
Is in her final 100
So he had to fight the rest of the weekend to get back on
I
top.
want to see that. Is that? Could you find that after?
Last year, yeah.
Yeah.
542.6
It's a long-ass
seconds. She's on her
competition.
first round of 10 bar muscle
There he goes,
ups.
Haley. Haley was the first one on the bars.
Getting off the rower. Although that
Followed
side-to-side
by
look is
Tia
that
and then
nervous like,
Pierce.
crap, I'm the first person off the rower.
We got here Brooke and then Catherine.
Haley Adams
I'm
is in
pretty sure
first
that
place.
guy
Tia Toomey
almost
was
tripped
second.
over
Oh,
Carrie
wait.
Pierce's.
Muscle-ups.
No,
She is
the
in
big
black
sign
and
that says her
black
name.
pants.
Oh, he almost
Some
died.
guy almost,
In the
yeah.
sort of
I
middle
think.
left of your screen, Haley Adams is in the army green shirt.
Damn. Tia came out
Yeah.
before her, even though Adams came out first, and right to it. 145 is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now here's the big question. Haley Adams on the right. How has
There
her
we go.
strength improved
I think it's 7, right?
from last
Yeah.
year? We know that would be her biggest issue when stacking up against the other women in the field.
Toomey is through round 1 and will move
Taking her
back to
time.
barbell
She's like, I got this.
round number 2.
Everybody's still lifting weight.
Second, followed by Carrie
I
Pierce,
got
Brooke
this.
Wells, and then Catherine Davis got her.
Yeah,
And
she took
the
a
same
lot of
event
time, even more
highlighted
time,
in the blue
and
box.
still got
The
there.
number in the white box will indicate how many repetitions
Come on,
that
ladies.
athlete
Gotta go
has
faster
completed,
than this
and the
girl.
number in the white box next to everyone else's name will indicate how many reps
I feel like
they are
even though,
over the leader.
Look at Tia
well,
Toomey
I
in the
yeah, I
center
can't
part
say
of the
it
screen.
anyway.
Look at that tempo she's
Forgot
on.
this is the
Haley
first
Adams
event.
on the just to her right
First
has a
event.
very
First
long,
event.
I don't wanna
big hip when it
spoil
comes to the bar muscles. But Tia on the left is
Those things are
super
fresh.
quick, very tight.
She's
She's
taking.
actually
Everybody's taking a rest on top.
faster, even though they're both going unbroken because of
Rest
the
on
tempo
top.
she has on those bar muscle ups.
Like, slow the heart rate down. Let me catch my breath.
Round 2 of, bar muscle-ups, and we'll close
This
out
girl's too brolic, yo.
round 2
Yeah,
completely
she
with
is.
these
Look at her.
7
Kill it.
shoulder over
Ah,
and
go.
400
Get it.
pounds.
Ah, I
Not
get
a
it.
problem for her whatsoever.
It's not. This is a very lightweight relative to what the men were dealing with. It's 145 pounds. The heavier shoulder overhead.
Yeah, it
we've
is.
seen
What is
was
that,
back
90
in
pounds less?
2015 with heavy DT. It was actually the same weight for the women.
They were at
The men
205,
only
right?
doing
They were at
205.
235.
So this is where I say the unbroken or bust element comes
They
into
had
play.
2 blues and then a
Specifically for the
little bit
women's
extra.
field because of the weight relative to the men's
She's
series.
jumping into it. You see her?
Yeah, she's push pressing the fuck out of
Yeah.
it. Or push jerking, even though the difference is so
She's
minimal.
jumping into
I guess it
it.
is a push jerk.
She has come a long way since 2015. In fact, I didn't know we had any stats on Tia Toomey from 2015 because she just accidentally came up second on the podium at the end of that year.
So
Accident.
Toomey through 51,
Was it
now
again?
52 of the 101 total score repetitions in this event. Haley Adams trying to keep pace with her. She is in second. Carrie Pierce is putting the pressure on Adams for second. Brooke
Yeah,
Wells and
show
Catherine
us.
David's daughter now
Carrie
fighting for fourth.
Pierce.
And David's daughter's fallen way off the pace. She's 12 reps behind.
Yeah,
Tia Toomey.
Davis' daughter, what's happening?
I like how Haley is
She does have a
still
back
sticking
injury
with
that they
Tia. And here's
continue
the
to
thing,
speak
it's not
about
like she
throughout the
hasn't
whole
competed
weekend.
against
So
Yeah.
her
maybe
competition
I feel like
as
this
well
is
as
a lot of
competing
back
against her
stuff.
at
Yeah,
home
it
in
is.
training. They're all, this is the
But
cook
this
duel.
It's a lot of
whole
full
thing
body
is a
stuff.
lot of
These
back
three athletes
stuff.
between Tia,
You need your
Shanley,
back
and
for
Matt.
all of it. Everything.
Yeah, hey, you get it.
Toomey on round
It looks so
3 of her
effortless.
shoulder to overhead,
But
and she's
so-
making very quick work
Great.
of this event. Looking to start off her competition with 100 points into the event win, and she is done.
Adams is
Advancing
staying
well
up
in
there.
start
Yeah,
round
The
look
men
at
and
the- look
women
at the
looking
little jump.
identical.
Ooh.
Oh,
second
fail.
place, and now a
That's
failed
whack.
for her as Toomey walks back to the pull-up bar.
And to me, I didn't think that was a miss because of the weight. It almost seemed like she bounced a little bit further back and stepped
Mhm.
off the back part of that pad that threw her off.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Exactly what I would do.
Adams back to work.
But she's getting him.
It's a two-woman battle right now as Tia Toomey sits in first. Haley Adams is in second, and now Toomey is paying
The
close
push
attention
jerk.
to what Adams does.
That
I
is
fi- I
the
just
game
learned
that
what the
you
push
play when
press and
there's
push
only
jerk
5
were
in
and the
field.
difference
Tia
between them.
was
It's
literally
so subtle.
standing there and
The
waiting
push
for
jerk
Haley to
is
finish her
like you
jerks
use your
before she
knees
got up onto the bar.
to get momentum to push it up,
Toomey through
but then your
71
knees
and
stay
counting
locked out.
101 scored repetitions.
A push jerk
Haley Adams,
is that you use your knees to get the weight overhead,
round 4.
but you catch it with your knees still bent, and then you finish
Brooke
off
Wells now tied
the lift with
third.
straining your
Catherine
legs.
Davis' daughter is
It's like an
still
extra step.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that
in the
helps.
back of the pack here.
Maybe it does.
Carrie Pierce right now.
I
I'm
can't
not
help.
into Olympic lifts, so I don't know them.
And
I can't
knew
help
that
but think about how Tia Toomey's
Carrie Pierce on the
hair
right of your
stays
screen.
in one place.
Oh, right now?
All of their hair stays in one place.
looks like
Dude,
You watch me after I do any of this. My hair is
And
not
that
in a
could be
ponytail anymore.
relative to how
That's
the
fine.
shouldered overhead are
All
going
of
for
them.
on the opposite side
yeah, look
of
at that
the
kip.
second half of this event. And
That's
we said
it.
She has a very big hip. In fact,
Yeah, her legs going all the way up to the bar. Her knees.
Close to going over that bar.
Kinda like
What I
Carrie
like
Pierce.
for her is that she's catching really high. She's not going
Yeah.
into that elbow dipped position. And if
Brooke
shoulder
Wells looks like
overhead
she was
is
just about to go
the
right
part of
over.
the event,
Yeah.
you wanna try to limit
Try and
as
get that
much of
rest.
Yeah.
knockout position as you can, which she's attempting to do. She gets that really high, just a slight elbow.
It
That'll
scares
do
me.
for her when it comes to the pusher.
You're like, yeah,
Scares
she's
me.
gonna bust
Yeah,
her
I feel
ass.
like they're gonna like come right over.
breezed
Look at
through
Tia
her
too, eh?
fourth
Look at her, she's looking at her. She's like, I don't have to
She's
go
back
until
on the
this bitch
pull-up
goes.
for round 5. Carrie Pierce and Brooke Wells are on opposite sides of your screen. Pierce is on the right, Wells is on the left. They're fighting for third, and now Haley Adams, solidly in second place, will move back to the pull-up bar for her final set of 10
I've
bar
seen this,
muscle-ups.
but I
Again,
just get-
101 scored repetitions.
Continue to get
in this event.
excited.
Tia Toomey is now
Oh yeah, they're
88
crushing her right
pounds.
now.
Yeah.
This is all impressive stuff that they're doing.
Smooth.
No matter how many times you
When
watch
you
it.
start to see athletes fall apart a little bit on a bar muscle-ups, you'll start to see them jerk around just a little bit more. Maybe one arm comes over before
Fell
the
right
other,
off
but
that shit.
nothing there for Tia Toomey. Just smooth, efficient, clean technique.
Just walking to the bar.
Toomey back to the barbell for the final time is in absolutely no hurry here as she has built a significant lead over Haley Adams. Toomey will
Oh, she look back.
lift this weight 7 times over her shoulders, and then she will
Between
lock
her
up
legs.
100 points.
Yeah, she said, what's happening here?
same thing.
Copy and paste. Copy and paste. I think they're training partners.
Toomey will make that one count, and it's a champion sweep in event 1. Tia Toomey takes 2007 reloaded 1247.98, and she earns 100 points in the process. And now Haley Adams looking to take second.
Come on, Haley Adams.
Points. Carrie Pierce.
You are way ahead. You got this.
Come on.
You got this.
And Catherine David's daughter is all by herself in 5th place right now.
You got 4 more?
I think it's
And
very
2 more?
encouraging to see what
Her elbow.
Oh, no, that's it.
with this event, because
And
a
then
lot
pass
of
them
times
on.
does she have the strength. She might not have the max strength top end like everybody
Yeah.
else. Well, everything I've heard
She's
from her
like,
training
you
is that
have
she can
saliva
actually
all over your
handle
face.
Yeah, someone was like, you guys said. She's like,
better for high volume sets, and that's 2 different strength athletes. You have the 1 rep max people,
Come
and you
on.
have the high volume, high repetition.
I
And
love
Haley's
Carrie
that
Pierce.
second
I
place is
really
actually
do.
Better for the long run in these events.
Carrie Pierce trying to lock up 3rd place, 55 points. Meanwhile,
come
in
on.
You got this.
the unofficial
Come
battle
on.
between Tia Toomey and
Come
Matt
on.
Fraser, Tia Toomey scores the first win in that department.
That's
She
not.
beats Matt Fraser's time.
That's
By
not.
the way, Matt Fraser's time of 13:07, that was the
Yes.
winning time for Brett Marshall
It was good
in
enough.
2007
That
on the event that inspired this.
is eerily cool. I don't know a way to describe it. That is the chances of that.
She's so strong.
Yeah, she is.
It didn't even look like she put any effort into lifting that bar up.
Oof.
Staring at 35
That
points.
one looked.
Yeah, look a little hard. But at least she got 4. She locked down 4. Unless Catherine David's daughter comes out of nowhere, and she might. 2-year champion, 2015 and 16. I think she won. I think. Or 14 and 15. She won 2 years.
Of bar muscle ups, and she is hustling back to the barbell, maybe trying to put a little pressure on Brooke Wells.
Tell you what.
It had to be 14 or 15.
No rep.
Could sneak past her if she. I mean, she could
Good.
cycle that bar pretty quick. But
Good.
after watching this go through, I'm going to backtrack my statements on the old. This is a light barbell because you know this was tested multiple
Come
times by
on.
Dave and
She really about
so there's
to.
a reason why
This is
this
a light
weight was
barbell for
chosen
some
in this
people.
particular-
It's a
Yeah.
heavy barbell to get overhead, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fails that rep, and Brooke Wells, she gets hers. They are tied.
How many Brooke Wells has?
They're tied.
Oh, shit.
They have 1 more, I think, each.
Wow. David's daughter is done, so Catherine David's daughter
Brooke
with a
Wells,
big
you
comeback.
fucked
Damn.
up.
Damn.
Place. 35 points for her.
If Brooke
and
Wells would have got this,
Wells
maybe
got
she would have
the
been in the podium, and it
She
wouldn't have
tried.
been.
She tried.
She's trying.
Rep twice for a single attempt.
I'll tell you what, this would probably take me double the time to accomplish.
Brooke Wells again
She
crossing
finished
the
this shit in
finish line.
15
That's
minutes.
not
Shouts
a
out to her.
And Wells
Ooh,
will
there we
knock
go.
that out.
She just arches her
She's
back
done
so
for
much.
Wells. We'll close out event number 1 with a 5th place finish, 15 points for her.
Wow.
Tia Toomey,
Shouts
12,
out.
47.98.
You got a giant piece of machinery.
16th career event win, 100 points, and your overall leader heading into event 2.
Hell yeah. They crushed that.
Yeah, they did.
That was event 1.
It was great.
Men and women, I think we expected exactly what we saw.
Yeah.
Matt and Tia on top. But Catherine David's daughter coming through at the end.
Yeah.
The
She's
best.
the comeback queen.
Comeback queen?
Yes, she
It's
is.
just sled dog.
That's
beautiful.
How she handled those shoulder overhead. The first round of jerks always gets
The
a
fact
little
that Matt and Tia basically was identical, everything
It's
about
so
their whole
crazy.
run,
on
it's
the
quite
bar
scary.
muscles, that tight kip at the bottom, that
It's just
fast lock
scary.
at the top.
But also that what was the same in this one was that the fucking rookie came through out of nowhere and got 2nd place.
Yeah.
High volume again.
Just
Maderos
didn't
did the
hit.
same thing.
Yeah, he
He
came
was
in
second?
2nd.
The maxes, but she's pretty good at handling things
There we
near
go.
her max. It's
Shouts
Claire
out.
Toomey fighting
Look
for
at
those
her.
last final reps, and we saw the same thing from
She
Matt
said-
Fraser.
You saw that arm go.
Yeah, well,
Slowly.
her left arm said,
Slowly.
How many different ways they can do the same thing? But it didn't matter. She was so
There you
far
go.
ahead of the rest of the field. She could take her time, get that last rep,
Yes.
get her first win of the weekend.
So I'm sorry. That homie has the dread, the one with the
Yeah.
dreads. He just
Yeah.
has the fucking drone just going around.
That was
killing people.
great.
That was a fun one. Event 1 of CrossFit Games 2007 Reloaded. I promise that we're going to end up going to this trainer and we're going to end up learning all these moves and then we'll do it done.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
Okay.
But let us know how you think you would do in this event and what's your times, because I eventually want to try this out and see how much I am not fit. So we'll go from there. But event number 2 coming up. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Peace.